What's good, Critty Gang? Critty here. Early morning wake up, just strolling around the projects here. You know, white man in the projects always seems to get a lot of hits on YouTube for some reason, which really don't understand why, because I'm well loved around here by everybody. But that's not the point of today's video. Like I said, I'm just trying to add content to my channel. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Everyone knows it's been a dream of mine. I've watched podcasts on podcasts for hours and hours. Shout out Joe Rogan, Wes Watson, Brandon Tatum, Jay Williams, Let's Live Life, 1090 Jake, Fresh Out, Lockdown 23-1, motherfucking guru of this stuff. But I'm not here just about anything specific. Like Mr. Ball in that chapter, I want to bring you news. I want to bring you the truth. I want to bring you awareness. You know, start off a little bit with my story. Rocking a Bills hat, as you can see, from Buffalo Stand Up. But, yeah, I mean, I have a full-time job, and, you know, I feel like I can reach people better. I've been through so much in my life. You know, from growing up in a poor neighborhood, just had nothing. Now I have two beautiful daughters. I'm trying to get back on the grind, but something just still feels empty. So I'm hoping this YouTube channel will help me reach out to people so that I don't make the same mistakes I did. They just stay informed. And if you just want to be entertained, I'm going to be doing pranks. I'm going to be doing interviews, sportscasts, all of it. I gotta learn how to do it, you know what I mean? It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be first getting into it. But I'm praying that y'all stick with me. Every subscription, every like, every comment, even if you just put good video in the comments, it goes into the algorithm. My YouTube name is already in the algorithm world from me being so active on YouTube. I just need one video to take off and we set. But like I said, start off in my younger years were poor. Going through high school, I played every sport you could think of: football, basketball, baseball. Eventually got into mixed martial arts, cage fighting. So I've had a lot of injuries over the years and whatnot, but since then, at that time I had a bad injury and I started with the painkillers. And everyone knows that old story, how, you know, the painkillers lead down that road to either death or prison. And now I was on the brink of both of them. I was in prison, and I know there's already many prison channels out there. I'm not trying to cop their swag, what they're doing. I'm just telling you my life. But that wasn't nothing being compared to the drugs. Having just seen the Johnny Depp trial made me realize no matter how big you are, no matter how small you are, rich, poor, addiction does not discriminate. And I hope this gets through to a lot of people, whether you think, oh, Chris is an idiot, he's just trying to go on YouTube to get attention and he's bored, he ain't got nothing better to do. You're right. I'd rather be on YouTube if I could even reach out and help one person, I'm happy with that. Because the old me will be out every weekend drinking, fighting, hurting someone, ending up in prison with my Napoleon complex, because I'm 5'7", 140. Everyone always thinks, you know what I mean, like a step to me, and usually doesn't end good. I've been fighting my whole life, but not to brag, because I'm not like that anymore. I don't go out looking for fights. I don't like fights. I stay away from it. Only reason that you'll get me violent nowadays is if you touch any of my beautiful kids or harm anyone in my family. But listening to Wes Watson and Jay Williams, 1090 Jake. I'm sure you heard of these people if you are subscribed to them. Just because it's a YouTube video, not everyone relates with it, doesn't mean that it's not reaching some people. Some of them videos them boys put up hit me hard. You know what I mean? They hit hard at home. You don't realize how much you have in common with someone until they put it out there. So I'll get into a little bit again, my story. Sorry for the quality of the video. Like I said, it'll be coming. I'll be working on it. But growing up poor in the hood, I had nothing. So I had to do what I had to do. You know what I mean? Robbing, stealing, hustling. And it's nothing but a path to destruction. Cliche as it sounds, it's either prison or death. Those are the only two ways out of it. Now, as you see, I'm a white boy living over here. White man. I'm not going to say boy. That's derogatory. Sorry for saying that. Living over here in the projects. But this is the East Coast. We ain't got politics like that on the, like how they do on the West Coast. So I'm cool with everyone. So I want to spread this message to everyone, because all the people I hurt in my life, mentally, physically, emotionally, was because I was a piece of shit. And I'm trying to right my wrong. And if one of these videos can even touch one person, if I get one reply saying, "Thank you for that video, Chris. You helped me. At least for one more day. You opened my eyes. You showed me." That would make my day. I'd be happy with that. Because everyone holds my past against me. You could even go on, search YouTube. Chris and Kate Face the Truth. I was on a television show in California. Me and my girl had 2 kids. We got into, regular parenting, fighting. It is what it is. Everyone goes through it. You might relate to that if you want to go check it out. But coming from there, I had a big, beautiful 3-bedroom house, big fenced-in backyard, American Bully that cost me 4 G's, 2 beautiful daughters, a son, and it all got ripped out from underneath my feet over some technicalities because the new landlord wanted to tear the house down. So they took everything, I swept from under my feet, and that's why I'm now staying in the projects, just trying to, stack back up, get where I need to be. But don't let that fool you. My kids have anything and everything they need. They're my life before anything. So get into this mental awareness part, because I still haven't figured out how to do the reaction video yet with the split screens and the audio and the interviews. I'm working on it, but let's get into this mental health. A lot of people say drug addiction is not a disease. And trust me, my whole family has been through drug addiction. I've been through it for probably 5 to 7 years as a recovering addict. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I don't know if it's a disease or not. But let me tell you one thing. Addiction is a bitch. And if you think you're going to tell your loved one, "Oh, just stop. It's not that hard to stop doing the drug. Just put it down." It's as simple as that. It's not. I promise you it's not. And if you could stick, just stick with me through the rest of this video, I'll try to make you understand. Because when someone's addicted to drugs, especially like opiates, heroin, crack, shit like that, it's not that easy to get away from. I watched my older brother suffer through it. I was so naive. I used to say the same thing. "Bro, you puking every day. You sick every day. You look like junk. You know what I mean? Stop doing the drugs. Just put them down, bro. I hate seeing you like this." You don't understand, Chris. It's not that easy, bro. It's not that easy. Well, one of my ex cheated on me on my anniversary. Sorry about the truck. One of my ex cheated on me on our anniversary that I found out about it. And that was a big spiral downhill for me, because I had just gotten I had just sustained a real bad injury when I was, in my MMA cage fighting. So between that and being cheated on, took my first painkiller. Took all the pain away. So you know how that whole story goes. Went straight downhill from there. Sleeping in my car, to sleeping on the beach. No money, no nothing. And when I found out that my first daughter was being born, I threw that shit away. One stop, cold turkey. Worst 2 weeks of my life. And I promise you, if I could do it, no matter how cliche it sounds, you can do it. Because I was at the bottom of the barrel, laying in a prison on the floor, crying, withdrawing like a little baby bitch. But you don't even realize what it's doing to you as compared to how much it's affecting your family. That's one thing I never took into account. Is what if I had relapsed, my daughters walked in on me and found me dead? What would they do? A 3-year-old and a 5-year-old who are smart as bananas. It would have crushed them. So if you're on the drugs, man, you gotta stop thinking selfishly. I'm not saying it's easy to kick it, because I know it's the hardest thing in the world to kick, especially when you have nothing, when you're down and out, and all you have is that drug to make that pain go away. You're behind on bills, your girl left you, you feel like your friends are stabbing you in the back, you feel like what's the point, it's hopeless, there's no meaning for you here. And I'm not that big of a religious person, but I've had some real close near-death experiences between overdosing and putting myself in the wrong position, where I've had a gun to my head, I've had my car shot up, I've done some things that, well, I'm not going to speak about that, but you know what I mean. It never ends good. In the words of Jay Williams, it always ends bad. Shout out Jay. I hope by the course of God one day you see this video, because I'd love to connect with you, bro. But if someone is going through these mental problems or these addictions, it doesn't help to put them down. Calling them a scumbag, or, you're a drug addict, or I don't trust you, I don't want you here, you're a piece of shit. I can see if they're stealing from you, you know what I mean? If they're lying to you, going behind your back. But if you see someone actually pleading out for help, wanting to get rid of this addiction, don't contradict them, don't argue with them, because what might work for the one man might not work for the next man, and vice versa. Because I've seen people get clean in all different ways, and then they want to talk shit about somebody else about getting clean, like they didn't do it the right way or some shit. No, I don't agree with that. Everyone has their own way of dealing with the problems. And as corny as it sounds, talk to somebody, man. Get into counseling if you need to. Get this shit off your chest. Because just recently, what made me really jumpstart wanting to do this YouTube thing is I've been going through a lot lately, a lot. And I'm taking it out on the basement wall, punching the basement wall, breaking my knuckles, just doing all this unnecessary shit because I had so much bottled up inside of me, and it exploded. But I didn't want to go out and hurt anyone. But then once I got it all off my chest to my sister, and I explained, I want to bring this to the forefront. I don't want people to feel how I feel that day in the basement punching concrete walls. You're not alone. You have somebody to talk to. Especially if you reach out to me, I never, ever, ever judge you. That's one thing I'll never do, is judge somebody, because you never know what the next man has been through. Whether you had a silver spoon in your mouth your whole life, or you grew up dirt poor like me. People have their issues and their own ways of dealing with it. But I used to lash out and deal with mine in violence. All it did was end me up in jail. And the worst part is, I got away from the alcohol because I hated that person. I hated being violent. Now I'm 31 years old, compared to 21, 25 years old, where I like going out, getting into fights. I'm an MMA fighter. Let's see what people can do. I'm tough. Nah, I had to get rid of that. It gets you nowhere, you know what I mean? You don't want to be around someone like that. Yeah, I protect my family, but besides that, I'm a good person. Looking back on everything I did, the guilt eats at me, you know what I'm saying? And I've never opened up like this, especially on camera. Honestly, I feel a little weird doing this. Hopefully I'll get some good feedback if this can reach enough people. But if you're dealing with anything like that, just please reach out to me, message me, DM me, anything. I'm here to talk because I know what it's like to not have anybody. I know what it's like to have nothing. Start from zero, build all the way up, just to get knocked back down and start from zero again. And you're like, well, what the hell is the point? Or I might as well just go back to hustling instead of getting a real job. But that's not the way to do it, brother. There's a right way to do everything. And I'm not going to get into the politics, but black, white, Hispanic, I don't give a fuck what color you are. As you see, I live in the projects, and I'm a white dude. Ain't nothing holding me back. As long as you get up, you grind, and you want to go for those goals, ain't nothing could stop you. And if the drugs are what's stopping you, just please seek help. Because I was always in denial. And that cliche saying, you can't get clean until you admit you have a problem. Well, that's very true. Because once I came to terms with the fact that I had a problem, I had to go get it fixed. I have a beautiful kids, and I can't have them. Sorry, it gets me a little emotional. I can't have my little kids thinking that their daddy's, some drug addict out there running the streets doing this and that. No, I work 6 days a week. My kids have everything they need, all the food they need. Money or not, they love spending time with me. Just time. You don't need money. You don't gotta go out and rob a bank to feel like you gotta feed your kids. Just spend time with them. They love you for that. Kids are innocent. I spent hours with my girls. No money involved. Go to the playground. Play tag. Make up games. Teach them how to read. Do anything. Keep your mind occupied. Because when you start drifting off into those bad ideas, those bad thoughts in your head, then only bad is going to follow. But if you operate on a high frequency, you give nothing out but good energy, you'll feel that good energy in return. What you surround yourself with is a reflection of who you are. So you hang around with, bums or, drug addicts or thieves, that's most likely what you're going to be doing. And if you know that, change up. I had to stop hanging out with everyone. I work, come home, take care of my kids. Do what I gotta do at home, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna do it for you. But needing a helping hand and getting clean or getting away from something like that,